Very shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Hashem,
Bashem,
Awashai,
Yahushua,
Hashem,
Bashem,
Rakwadah. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. And salutations and much love unto Yakim out there pushing out his word and truth and sincerity. And salutations as well to the men, women, and children, listening to these videos and taking heed. But Lord's will, we're gonna do an edifying lesson. This brother's from Great Millstone Tampa Church, and we're just gonna go through the spirit. And as you see the title of the video, the year of prophecy. All right, and you got a lot of things going on right now. Just in the last 48 hours, okay, things been popping off, and then it's from the beginning of this year. But right now, the hot topic is not, we're gonna call it as it is, the bombing. All right, over there in Lebanon, which on CNN, the Coon News Network. All right, they were trying to downplay it, talking about it was an accident. They just so happened to have the chemicals that are in bombs in that facility. Like, bro, let's start with in Second Corinthians. What is that? 11. We are not ignorant of Satan devices. Okay, because it's clear and evident that was a damn bomb. All right, I don't know. I wasn't there. I didn't sanction it. So me personally, I can't say it was a pocket nuke, but it sure damn seemed like it. It was definitely a bomb. It was no accident. There was no mushroom clouds ever come from a accident of a company blowing up. That's ridiculous. Okay, that was a bomb, and and that's the thing, man. Because Esau, he's getting to the point where he can't do nothing because everything's on live, TikTok, live stream, all right, camera phones. So there's no way around this man. This man's creation, so to say, is becoming the weapon of to expose him, the internet, which ultimately we know it was all set up to the Most High. But brother, go ahead and bring that out.
Second Corinthians 11, chapter 2, verse 11. That Satan should get advantage of us. We are not ignorant of his device.
Hey, it's kind of low on your brothers' end. I don't know if it's the same for you, Dawodah and Arya. Can you hear them, brothers?
Yeah, it's kind of low.
Okay, God. But we could hear the verse. Read it again, Baba Shah.
Fine. This is Second Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. Lest Satan should get advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
God. Yeah, we're not ignorant of his devices. This is a device, meaning a plot, right, a ploy, an agenda that this man has. We're not ignorant. So here it is. I turned it. I didn't get it on camera. Brothers know. Usually I'll catch it on camera. For as far as CNN shit. But I didn't get to catch it on camera. But they were talking about, it was an accident. We don't know. Only 80 people died. Wait a minute. This blast radius went 15 miles out and it busted windows. So you telling me only 80 people was in the nearest vicinity, and that's the capital of Lebanon? Come on, man. So it's all bullshit, man. That was definitely some kind of surgical attack. Esau did. One of the elders had mentioned that it was probably a pedophile ring or something, a sex ring for pedophilia. So they had to get rid of the evidence. And what better way to do it than that? So because if you watch the video, the building's already smoking, and then here comes all of a sudden that bitch get. It was a tactical nuke, man. It was definitely a strike. All right, because that shit was you don't get mushroom clouds like that from something just blowing up. I mean, you'll get a wave, but not like that. That was a bomb, bro. Was it a nuke? Like a what they call it? Not atomic, a nuclear weapon? Probably not, but it was definitely a bomb. You know, somebody dropped a bomb, or maybe it was somebody put the bomb in the building. But nonetheless, or maybe a drone did it. Who knows? But it was definitely not an accident. And so this is going to lead to wars. You know, the scripture talk about wars and rumors of wars. Well, this is because Lebanon. People been sleeping on Lebanon. They was in the news about 8 years ago. Now they finally popping back up. Man, that's all part of that region. That's in North Africa. Or wait, no, well, yeah, kind of the Middle East anyway. At the end of the day, you know, all these countries are going to start going through things and having other countries outside of them, their allies and whatnot, come in. Because the Lord is ultimately. Let's go to Joel, or say the valley Jehoshaphat, because that's what ultimately the Lord is doing. The Lord is ultimately leading all these nations. All right, and it's gonna be, it's gonna be some things that happen that lead these nations into there. All right, it ain't just because because clearly Syria wasn't it. All right, all the skirmishes that happened in Syria, all that shit died down. There's gonna be something a lot greater to make all the nations, which most likely is gonna have something to do with the state of Israel. All right, but it's all taking place and it's clear and evident.
Okay, quick detail. This is Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 22. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 22. Just to go off of what the brother just said, says the sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. All right, so that's what's being heard around the four corners of the earth. That sound of battle. Okay, because what just happened over there in Beirut? Okay, that's not just gonna just well shit just happens. Nah, man, that shit. They already people accusing other people. You got people already coming with help. So-called Israel talking about they coming with help. So there's a lot of things that are being investigated right now to find these things out. And guess I guarantee tensions are on high over there, right? In the land of Israel, in the middle of the whole Middle East, man. Like the brother was saying, that ain't just no cell phone bomb or some plastic dip shit somebody made in the kitchen that blew up, man. That shit left a hole in the ground, bro. There's seawater where that supposed warehouse was at, man. And we brothers have seen the countless videos, the mushroom cloud, that sonic boom, okay, that left, man. This is a sound of battle that's in the air right now. Okay, you got that Matthew 24. Go ahead and get that.
The Saint Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. It says, "And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet."
Yeah, so that sound of battle, that's that rumors of wars and wars, man, that you're hearing. That's the sound of the battle. Okay? And you said, what is then? Something is it?
It says, but it is nothing. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
It ended with saying, but the end is not yet, because just hey, that shit in Beirut is the beginning of something greater, because man, you see how terrified people were, and that wasn't even a thermonuclear missile. And it might have been some type of nuclear weapon, but I guarantee you that wasn't no thermonuclear. That place would have been glass right now. Okay, but what that place that's the sound of the battle. This is the noise that you're hearing that's getting closer, man. And that time that we're getting closer to is the destruction. Okay, World War III, the nuclear missiles being launched and hitting its targets, man. Okay, and real quick, get that Isaiah 64 that you got, because the Lord is creating all this to come about. Okay, going all the way back to the 40s, really the 30s, when they started Manhattan Project, when they started gearing up these nuclear missiles. All this it has been prepared by the Heavenly Father. Go ahead and get that prepared real quick.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 54, starting at verse 16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire.
And the smith is the person who creates the weapons. You know, you go to the blacksmith, all right, he's the one who makes your swords, all right, he's the one that would make the armor, okay? And but it said what? The Lord created the smith for what?
That bloweth the coals in the fire,
Bloweth the coals in the fire. Go ahead.
and that bringeth forth the instrument for his work.
Come on, so what did these wise men of Teman do? All right, the so-called Germans back in the late 30s, okay, 40s, they created what's known today as nuclear missiles, man. So those were the Smiths, and when they were in those laboratories collecting everything, that was them putting in the coals, blowing the coals, you know, breathing, putting the air in the coals to make it hotter to create the missiles. And then what it say? It pulled out what?
And bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy.
And he pulled out that sword, man, which was nuclear missiles. That's what came out of the furnace, okay, that the Smith used. It came out, and he brought forth the missiles, man, which is what it says that I have created the waster to destroy. I believe it ended with, and that's what the Lord did. The Lord used Esau Edom, which is the sword, to create the ultimate sword, which actually is the glittery sword of the Lord, man. And that's what's getting ready to come. That's the ultimate judgment that's getting ready to come. And these people, you have people going crazy, man, because of this one missile. You know, you see the videos of people's reactions, and I get it. It's totally understandable. But wait till you see a missile coming, man. That ultimate weapon. Okay, because then Isaiah or Jeremiah 50, it said a sound of battle was in the land and of great destruction. Wait till that great destruction actually comes, man. Okay.
This is for the Jeremiah 50, verse 8. Remove out of the midst of Babylon, and go forth out of the land of the Chaldeans, and be as he-goats before the flocks. Verse 9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her.
So what? So the Lord is like the brother Ash was referencing to earlier in Joel. Okay, that valley of Jehoshaphat, the Lord is gathering these nations over there, man, which is where Lebanon is, where Beirut is, okay, which is the capital of Lebanon, okay, and many other countries over there. But what? The Lord is preparing the nations. And here it's talking about I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon, an assembly of great nations. Now, this is talking about ancient Babylon, but what came from in the ancient Babylon? What countries was it talking about that were coming from the North Country, man? Okay, because this is talking about those so-called the Russians today. Okay, because the Russians are and all these other nations that are going to be shooting at America, that the Lord is preparing. Because what you can consider the European nations north of Europe or north of Israel. Okay, but what all these nations the Lord is gathering to come up against Babylon, which is modern day Babylon, is America. Okay, go ahead.
I just stop at verse 9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrows shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain.
And so it's going into the missiles. Once the missiles get their GPS coordinates, there ain't no stopping them, man. And the scriptures even say that not one shall thrust another. All right. So these missiles are going to hit where they're supposed to. And it said real quick, it says, and they shall set themselves in array against her, from thence she shall be taken. Because these nations are getting fed up with America. I wouldn't put it past America having to do with something over there in Beirut. I wouldn't put it past them, man. Like the brother said, who knows? They could be covering something up that they were just, getting rid of over there. Okay? So what? And it's coming to a point where Esau Edom is becoming sloppy, and he's becoming more and more exposed. Okay, because this is the time for that man of sin to be revealed. Okay.
Way to prove that, Trump said when this whole shit happened, he said that it was an attack, and then certain of the military members, they said that it was an accident, and then that's how they were portraying it on the mainstream media. Which Trump be saying, he'd be dropping some truth here and there, man. People just got to pay attention to what he's saying, because a lot of times Trump will completely say the opposite of what the mainstream media is saying. But you know, nonetheless, this was clearly, that shit that, bro. If you watch the videos, you know that shit. It was no accident. It wasn't no nuclear reactor blowing up. The shit was on fire. This shit got blown up. Didn't blow up. It got blown up. But what this deception that Esau's been given. It don't matter if it's in Pakistan or Lebanon. It could be in Bosnia, all right, in the middle of the Congo jungle. You could trace it back to the devil himself. This is what this man is doing. He's been given the blessing, all right, of the sword to bring havoc on the earth, bring death everywhere he goes. So we know that this is nothing but forwarding the prophecies of the Lord. All right, because when's the last time you heard about Lebanon? When's the last time you heard about anything happening in Lebanon? And that's right there near Syria, Iran, Israel, the state of Israel, Iraq. All right, that's all over there near Jordan. So why haven't they been in the news? But all of a sudden, this happens. Esau's trying to clean something up, man. At the end of the day, it's what it is, and he's using his deceptive means. Because as soon as this happened, it was on there on the mainstream media talking about it was an accident. So he's just trying to ultimately what he's trying to do is trying to upset prophecy, because like brothers going into the nukes, all right, which the nukes is going to be mainly here in America. All right, the Lebanon probably might get hit with a nuke or two, from the or get the fallout from Israel, but nonetheless, the nukes is coming to America. All right, well here it is that America, because you reap what you sow, according to the scriptures. You reap what you sow, and all America does is go around bombing people. The only place in history, the only nation in history, only country, only corporation in history to drop atomic bombs on anybody. All right. So people like to say, "Oh, remember 9/11? Remember the Boston bombing?" What about the innocent men, women, children, and pregnant women that you bombed in Nagasaki, in Hiroshima? This place is a hypocritical establishment. And that's why they're gonna get what they've sown. All right, you reap what you sow. This place was built on deceit. It is going to be exposed for its deceit. But go ahead, keep going on that. If you got more on that,
That was it. I got something real quick. Real quick, yeah, I got Joel chapter 2. Joel chapter 2, verse 3. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the garden of Eden.
That was good today, because I had sent out a video of my job earlier today, and right before I made that video, I was thinking that I'm looking up, this blue sky, the water's calm, I'm just looking at trees, and there's no other sound but just me and the motor, and I'm thinking to myself, because I'm thinking about this whole Beirut thing, and I'm thinking, man, this is how it's gonna be. It's gonna look nice and peaceful before these missiles come, and then boom, then it's gonna be complete destruction. Just like over there in Beirut. But go ahead.
Joel chapter 2, verse 3. A fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as the garden of Eden before them. And that's, because everybody want to come to America,
everybody want to, pretty much come over here to find a way to escape their customs or whatever they got going on because they feel like this is the dream. This is what they want to do. They want to be free. But the whole time, this is that, as it is written in Amos 3rd chapter. All right, this is that delusion. That nation that selleth nations in midst of witchcraft. You see that witchcraft. All right, the illusion. All right, that illusion of you free, good, do as thou wilt. That's what you see when you come here in America, man. But ultimately, that's as a paradise. But you're getting led to your destruction. All right. It says the land is as the Garden of Eden before you. That was paradise. Man, I want to come. Man, my dad. I'm tired of my dad and my mom. Because these other nations, they have certain customs they have to abide under, and they tired of that shit, man. So they come here to America to pretty much escape that mind frame, man. See, but all in all, lo and behold, they're getting land to their destruction, man. So it says, and behind them a desolate wilderness. And nothing shall escape them. Right? So going back into the missiles, nothing shall escape. All right, these missiles, man. Right? The brother Mayim said, none shall break their wings, man. All right, so that these missiles are not going to come into contact with each other. All right, these missiles are directed through the spirit and power of Yahweh to fulfill His word that He spoke. All right, because America, thus says the scripture, which is Babylon the Great, must be the lake of fire, according to the biblical prophecy. Right, so your illusion of greatness, all right, here in Babylon the Great is actually a vision for your destruction. All right.
Real quick, Ezekiel 35, verse 6. Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. All right? And Yahweh Shai stated, man, he said, those that live by the sword shall die by the sword, man. Okay, that's why, the brother quoted scripture, Isaiah 54:16. I created the smith that blows the coals in the fire. So the Lord has prepared that snare for you, man. Right? The instrument that you thought was going to give you that global dominance, all right, which it has for a while, but as the scriptures say, according to prophecy, art thou becoming as weak as we? Are thou becoming like unto us? That's what stopped them from being able to go into certain smaller countries and invade them, because why? They should have been invaded North Korea. North Korea is just a little country, but what? North Korea has nukes, man. Regardless, they have one or two, whatever the case may be, they have nuclear capabilities. Even if they're bluffing, if they don't have none, which I believe they do, but even if they don't, the threat of, hey, a nuke might come here, we can't just go into there because they got nukes that can hit certain military bases. Okay, so the Lord has prepared thee for blood. All right, since thou hast not hated blood, blood shall pursue thee. And we're coming into that time where, the mighty man of Babylon shall cry bitterly, man. Okay, that the hammer of the whole earth is being cut down, is being hewn down, and is being exposed. Okay.
Hey, I got a quick precept. Back the brother up. I'm gonna read Jeremiah 50. I'm gonna start at verse 23 and read through 25 because you actually just quoted these two precepts as well. This Jeremiah 50, starting at verse I'm gonna start at verse 22. It says, "The sound of battle is in the land and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How has Babylon become a desolation among the nations? It says, I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware, and thou art found and caught, because thou hast striven against Yahweh." It says, like the brother was just going into, the instrument that they've dominated the earth with is also the instrument that they're going to fall by. All right. It says, verse 25, Jeremiah 50 and 25, it says, Yahweh hath opened the armory, his armory, and has brought forth the weapons of his indignation, for this is the work of Yahweh power of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. You know, so going into, you know, like the brother was speaking on, you know, this is how Babylon hammered the whole earth, you know, that had that dominating weapon. You know, the Lord laid a snare for them with which they're going to fall upon. It's going to fall upon their own head, you know. The same weapons that they dominated with is the same weapons that the Lord chose to take him out with, you know, that great sword, you know. You brothers got it?
Keep reading.
Keep
And
reading.
that's why
All right,
the
Con,
Lord.
this is. Oh, go ahead.
That's why the Lord said, "He that diggeth the pit shall fall there into it." You know, roughly paraphrasing, because that's the pit the Lord has allowed Esau to dig. These nuclear weapons, his technology. All right, because you can't just have his weapon. You can't just say, "Oh, he got the atomic weapon or nuclear weapons." But them bitches don't fly by themselves. They use his technology. So the Lord has allowed Esau to get all this, ultimately to destroy himself. You know, whether you can call them Russians, Britons, whatever you want to call them, they're Edomites at the end of the day. Those that are Edomites anyway, and they're gonna destroy themselves. You know, so you know, just backing you up on that. But yeah, go ahead, because go ahead. Go ahead.
Psalm 37, I read 14, 15. Psalm 37, verse 14. The wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy and to slay such as be of upright conversation. Verse 15, point. Their sword shall enter into their own heart and their bows shall be broken. So, you know, going again, the brother went to, Esau, even didn't anticipate, his own invention, which he used to, pretty much get the upper hand around the world, which is blessing, is being used against them. Like they say, it ain't no fun when a rabbit gets them. So all the other nations, they're well equipped, in this in his lessons that he could pretty much he going into his greed, he sold those nations of wealth. He sold them that technology. And ultimately, the Lord opened their minds to have that technology. So fundamental.
So, God, go ahead.
Con, you want me to go back to that Jeremiah 50?
Yeah.
This Jeremiah 50, Jeremiah 50 and 26. It says, let me go back to 25. It says, Yahweh hath opened his armory and have brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the work of Yahweh power in the host of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans. Come against. Go ahead.
Quick, this is the land of the Chaldeans. This is where what's it called? I lost my train of thought.
The chief wizards or
yeah, exactly. Because pretty much the Chaldeans were like the wise guys, so to say, of Babylon. So this is where everybody comes to. Well, going back to the Manhattan Project, the brother quoted. The Manhattan Project took place where? In America. And guess what? They were the first ones to create atomic weapons. So those would be this place would be the modern day Chaldeans.
Go
ahead. Though.
26.
Hey, real quick, going back to 25, where it was also going to, it says, this is the work of Yahweh power of hosts in the land of the Chaldeans, going back to that weapons of his indignation, going back into those nukes, man. He purposely created those things to destroy America, man, and make it that lake of fire, man. That's what it was created for. Going to verse 26, come against her from the uttermost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left.
Exactly. That's what the
want to speak on that, brother?
That's what the missiles are going to do. The Lord is going to open up his armory. All right. If you can picture in your mind the silos opening up, that's the Lord opening up his armories, man. And then what it said, read that last part again.
It says, cast her up as heaps and destroy her utterly. Let nothing be left. Let nothing of her be left.
And that's what's going to be done here, man. There's nothing going to be left in this place, man. Known as America. Just like you see over there in Beirut where that warehouse that blew up was at, there ain't nothing left there but seawater that came in. Yeah, that's going to be all of America, except it ain't going to be a hole. It's going to be a lake of fire. Okay? real quick,
Hey, shit, you see, so like, hey, real quick, you see what that one bomb did to that building or whatever. Imagine what the nukes will do to America.
okay.
You know, completely. You know, that's why the scriptures say that this place is going to be smoking for the scriptures say forever, but you know that's for a time. They should the nukes is gonna this shit is gonna be the nukes that are gonna be used haven't even been tested, okay? Because if they were tested, that shit would obliterate everything in the vicinity. We're not talking about 15 miles like this bomb did. You know, you look at the little map and said 15 miles out, a couple windows were shattered or windows were shattered. No, this is gonna be 500 miles in the distance. You're gonna get eaten alive by nuclear flames, and then they're gonna drop all over America. You know, so this is the whole purpose of us prophesying these things, man. You don't want to partake in that at the end of the day, man. Go ahead,
Hey,
Doc.
real quick, I got a precept how you were speaking on that 15 miles as well. Hey, if you think about it, here in America, everybody lives in condensed areas anyway, man. They have a lot of apartments. Just like I know where I live, within 6 miles you drive through 3 little small cities, you know. So just imagine that, you know. So in a lot of these areas, like you live up in New York or something like that, where it's highly densely area or things like that, that could be a lot of people, you know. But I'm going to read Jeremiah 51 verse 1 and 2. It says, "Thus saith Yahweh, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me a destroying wind. And I will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land. For the day of trouble they shall be against her round about."
Hey, real quick, and that destroying wind is the winds that the four angels are holding back, pursuing the Revelation chapter 7.
7.
All right, so those winds that are being held back are destroying winds, and guess what? The angels are giving they're beginning to get the go ahead to let them go, and ultimately that final wind of the besom or the besom of destruction, that's gonna be the nuke. That's gonna be the wind to clean it all up, so to say. You know, because what now you having waves after wave of things happening since January 1st, 2020. You've been having wave after wave. Those are winds, man. You know, so because what winds don't you don't have even in a hurricane you don't have 100-mile-an-hour winds the whole hurricane. You know, it'll be 100 and then it'll drop down to 60, 50. Then it'll pick up again. You know, so this is what we're seeing, man. We're seeing it until ultimately until those ultimate destroying winds come. All right, because this word's been preached through all the four corners of the earth. So now it's time for the end to come, and destruction is part of the end. So it's going to progressively get a lot worse. It's going to progressively get intense as the days roll on. You know, Esau's going to come down harder and harder as the days come on. You know, and the Lord's going to increase the right hand side to come harder and harder as well.
I got you right here. A quick precept. This is Second Ezra 9:5. I'll read through 6. It says, "For like as all that is made in the earth in the world at the beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. Even so the time also the highest have plain beginnings and wonders and powerful works, and endings in effects and signs." And so, like brother said, you know, the end is pretty much here, man. So it's been made manifest. And right now, the times that we're living in is signs and effects, man. So we've seen the effects of the prophecies that have been spoken of. Okay, we're seeing the things happen. You know, just back you up, brother.
If I can say real quick too, you know, the funny thing is, you know, people in America look at what happened in Beirut and Lebanon, and they say, "Damn, that's fucked up." But what's going to happen here in America is going to be far worse than anything we ever seen televised on TV. You know, going into this place, going to again the lake of fire. You know, America is never going to be inhabited again. You know, these places like Lebanon, you don't know how it's going to play out as far as destruction in these other nations. But America is never going to be lived at again. You know, going into Psalm 10th chapter, you know, he said in his heart, "I should never be moved. I should never be in adversity."
That's what people think here in America because they have that false sense of security. That's why, like, going into that snap of a finger, they will just have a normal day before, you know, all hell broke loose. And it's never going to be sane, you know, after that happens.
That's right. Yeah. Hey, because those people, you know, the reason we able to see those videos is because people survived. Ain't nobody gonna survive what's coming to America. You know, you're not gonna be able to survive the wave from the bomb. You know, people were taking, they're having wedding photos, and then you know the wave comes and they scramble. No, by the time you hear that bomb, it's already too late. All right, a good episode to watch of Twilight Zone. It's called I believe it's called The Elect, roughly paraphrasing, something like that. But it goes to show you, man. When you see that mushroom cloud, it's too late. You ain't nowhere to run. You ain't gonna be able to FaceTime nobody. Well, hey, as a matter of fact, a brother, one of the elders has sent a TikTok some chick was doing right when it blew up, and she was all smiles, you know, while the smoke was coming up. And as soon as they got whacked with the wave, you know, they went into straight panic mode. So these really the world ain't ready for what the Lord is bringing. You know, you got certain places that are, you know, like in Afghanistan, Iraq, where you hear constant gunshots, you know, bombs in the distance. You know, they're used to that kind of environment. But for the rest of the world, all right, even third world countries that just picking rice and they just living day to day, they're in for a rude awakening, man. Because this is going to be a world war, all right, World War III. So everybody's going to be affected, and when these missiles hit the earth, especially in America, the scriptures say that if a brother want to grab it, the earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard. So it ain't gonna be one bomb where people can just you know, upload the video that they just recorded. At least for here in America, man, if you going live while the missiles coming, that'll be the last thing anybody see from you. That'll be the last thing you ever see if the Lord ain't with you. Because the weapon, like the brothers were talking earlier, the weapons, these nuclear weapons, the weapons of mass destruction, the scriptures call them the weapons of his indignation. These are the weapons of the Lord. They're coming to cleanse this place, man. Bring great devastation, great destruction. And everybody's gonna know when they touch down. Everybody's gonna know because not only are the chariots gonna be appearing, but the earth is gonna be in a there's a reason why the Lord got to take us out of this place, man. Yeah, we got to be delivered out of America, but this earth is going to be in some tumultuous times, man. The earth, think about it, the earth's going to be ruling to and fro, tsunamis, volcanoes blowing up, earthquakes. Yeah, we got to get out of here, man. This place, the earth itself is going to be in a volatile state. Go ahead, if brother got that.
Let me back you up real quick. The book of James, the 12th chapter, he speaks about a day of trouble that's coming where Michael, the archangel, is going to have to present himself, all right, to save the elect. So it's going to get so bad where, as it is written in 2 Corinthians 13 chapter, realm against another realm, man. See, you're getting ready to see a dramatic change in life, all right? You know, where the point where the only way for us to get out of here is through a divine intervention, man. All right. So what we see is going to be made clear and manifested to the whole world, man. Everything that we've been talking about, man. Angels, people laughing at us about the so-called UFOs, the chariots of the Almighty, our way out. When you're getting ready to say, you getting ready to see a victory, man. You're getting ready to see a win, all right, in the face of all else, man. All right.
Brother Cole for something.
You call Isaiah 24 and 20. Yeah.
All right, this is the book of Isaiah 24, verse 20. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again.
There you go, man. So the world itself is gonna real to and fro like a drunkard. All right, if you ever seen somebody staggering up the road drunk as hell, they can't stand one way or another. They leaning back and forth, and that just I've never personally been in an earthquake, but I've heard accounts of brothers that have been in earthquakes, and that's what it sounds like, really to and fro. So imagine when the whole world, the whole earth will be reeling to and fro like that, man. That goes to show, because remember, these nuclear weapons that is going to be launched in these last days have not been tested to the level of their capabilities, man. Okay, I think the strongest one ever was the Tsar 2, maybe the Tsar from Russia that was tested, but that wasn't even close to what they got today. So this is truly gonna change the world. All right, not only because it's gonna shake it up and it's gonna end the kingdom of Esau, but the Lord has a process, man. There's a reason behind everything the Lord's gonna do. Scientific, if you want to get into scientifically, with the heat, the waters, everything that these nuclear weapons is gonna do, it ultimately is all strategic by the Lord. All right. So, but yeah, that's scripture I wanted, because you can't get around that, man. What can make the world go to and fro, man? We didn't feel that bomb that went off in Lebanon, but I guarantee you, one of those warheads that's going to go off in the coming days would have went off. All right, Russia got warheads, one warhead that can take out the size of Texas. All right, that's one warhead, and an ICBM full of 15 plus warheads. So what happens when them 15 warheads hit? What kind of devastation is? Ain't gonna be no wedding after shots of that. Ain't gonna be no TikToks of that, because you and your cameras are gonna be devoured. As 2 Peter chapter 3 say, the elements shall melt with fervent heat. See, the Lord is showing everybody a glimpse of what He's about to bring, man, through these riots. All right, the sedition, these bombs, the wars. It's gonna turn up a whole lot more before the Lord comes back. The mark of the beast, man. The Esau's finna come down real hard, and and again, the Lord is showing us a glimpse of how He's doing it through this COVID-19 vaccines. If He's going this hard for a damn common cold, really, what's He gonna do when He implements His mark of the beast, where it's His way or no way? So the Lord is showing us glimpse right now, because what the main show is about to come, and it could come any day now. As the way things are playing out, is any day now. Go ahead, brother.
Real quick, because you were saying, the whole world's gonna feel it. So there's really no escaping it. Like you were saying, there's no escaping what's about to happen upon this world. You're not gonna be able to escape nuclear destruction. And like the scripture says here in the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 18, and it's points in 19. It says, "Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. As if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it?" So you're not going to be able to escape the destruction that Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has slated for this place. And all you read through the Bible, you read through the scriptures all day, and it's going to talk about Babylon being destroyed. All right, destruction of Babylon, prophetic instances where Babylon is being destroyed, is fire, this, fire, that. That's what this is leading up to. And that thing that happened yesterday or the day before yesterday, the explosion over there, that was some crazy shit. Y'all see that shit? That was a crazy explosion. That was a super explosion. So imagine that, times that a few dozen times, and concentrated on one little area. Everything in that surrounding area for hundreds of miles is done. And Esau has that power, and they're ready to use it. And just like the brother's saying, like that little thing is just a little taste of what Esau has in store for this place. He showed, and that shook those people up over there. You around something like that, you just hearing that'll shake you up. I got another one here. Brothers could jump in when they want. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 16. I'm just going to start at the top and read on down. It says, "Woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia." We understand that Babylon is America. America is Babylon. All right. So woe be unto Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Same thing with Egypt and Syria. All these places is likened unto America, because this is a place where we served a captivity. Gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair. Beware of your children, and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. So it's telling these nations, all right, which is really likened onto the Babylonian system, or I'm sorry, this Edomite system that's set up right now, that your destruction is at hand. A sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is set among you, and who may quench it? Plagues are set unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? So it's saying, like, yo, when this destruction comes, who's gonna stop it from happening? You gonna stop it? You over there in the back of the stop it? Ain't nobody gonna stop the destruction that Yahweh Shem Yahushua has planned for this place. Plagues are set unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? May any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood? Or may anyone quench the fire and stubble when they have begun to burn? Once that fire starts burning, it's damn near impossible to put it out. It just keeps spreading and spreading and spreading. If a lion is hungry enough, he gonna eat. He gonna get his.
That's what judgment that the Lord is going to bring is going to do. It's going to be like that bear. It's going to devour and keep devouring until it's satisfied. And when it's satisfied, guess what? Everything's destroyed. You got it out.
Yep. Verse 6, 2nd Esdras 16 and 6. May any man drive away a hungry lion in the wood? Or may anyone quench the fire and stubble when it hath begun to burn? May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer? And liken those ICBMs, those intercontinental ballistic missiles, liken those onto arrows shot by a strong archer. Are you gonna be able to turn again that arrow, turn it around? Yeah, you're not. All right, and there's no technology on this earth that'll be able to do that. When they're let off, that's it. That's why this is very imperative that people start listening and heeding unto the words of the Yahweh Shem Yahushai that comes out of the mouth of the prophets. If you're not heeding and trying to change your life in any way, you got a bad day coming in. What we're reading, this isn't far-fetched. This stuff just happened the other day. They can tell you it was an accident or whatever the case, was unknown. But those elites, they know exactly what happened. And they got more planned for different parts of the world where many people are going to die. And if you're not right with the Lord, you're going to die too. Go ahead.
Because remember, ultimately, Esau himself wants a world war. So he's going to start doing things here. He's going to start doing things there to set this up. Ultimately, of course, is Yahweh Shem Yahushai. But Esau himself has come out and said it. He's already laid out the plan for 3 world wars. Our pipe. All right. So this isn't shocking. This isn't breaking news for those that have been watching, that those on the watchtower. This ain't breaking news. This is just all right. Check it off the list. Okay. Yeah, we know this was so, only, because people on social media, they're like, oh, Lebanon. I guarantee you those people can't even point Lebanon out in the map. Probably think it's in China, somewhere in Asia, East Asia, anyway. But this is all an agenda ultimately, man. Because I that shit blew my mind when I saw it this morning. You know, because I saw it last night. You know, brothers were sending little clips of it, and then I turned on the TV this morning, put CNN on, and the first thing that they showing is about that and how they had an Edomite reneging on it, talking about it was an accident, it was an explosion that just happened to have the chemicals of bombs in it. I was like, this,
ammonium nitrate. That's what weapons.
Bombs, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Ammonium nitrate, that's for weapons. That's highly explosive. So you had a whole warehouse that had to sitting there in plain sight, in plain view. That shit just,
but that's the thing that Esau getting to, though. He don't give a shit what you think anymore. He coming down with great rap. He don't care what you think. What you gonna do about it? That's his opinion. What you gonna do about it? You know?
This is his game. He made the game and he's playing the game. He's gonna win the game in his eyes. You know. But back to the scripture. And back in the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 16, I read verse 7. Let me read verse 8 now. It says, the mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? And we starting to see the plagues starting to come back. Different things with you know, again, with the pestilence this whole year. All right. The we call them, not the moths, the locusts. All right. Many times you see water turning into blood. That's been happening a lot lately. The different signs in the skies. All these things are happening on in succession with each other. And we're the only ones breaking it down through the spirit. It says a fire. Oh, I read that. No, I didn't. It says a fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? Verse 10. He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? You got that big ass hurricane going up the East Coast. You know, you checking on brothers over there in South Carolina. Yeah, right. Brothers in South Carolina. They're straight with the hurricane shit.
Yeah, hurricane, tropical storm. You mean?
Yeah, kind of. But you know what happened, you know, and it fucked lives up. What you say?
I said that storm is in Canada right now.
Yeah, it's way gone. I know that. I just know it touched down, you know, the other day over there, right by like Myrtle Beach. I never asked, but you know what I'm saying?
That bitch is in Canada.
Golly, that's like a trucking.
3 days later. Go ahead, finish.
Yeah, you know. But yeah, Khan. So it says he shall thunder, who shall not be afraid. You know, so Yahweh Shem Yahshua sends the thunder and the lightning. Everybody's gonna bow at his mercy, man. All right, just that whole explosion. When that shit happened, all that wedding shit stopped real quick. It was no more smiles. That must have been terrifying to anybody living out there and didn't know what was going on. That must have been a horrifying situation. But you know, that's the point of this. You know, who's going to be able to turn those things back? Who's going to turn back the plagues? Who's going to turn back the arrow shot by the strong archer? Who's going to turn back the pestilence? All right, it's set. You know, we see that happen. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say the Lord send it one way, you know, no return address. You know, the Lord send those plagues, so hey, they ain't, and He send it with no return. You know, He want a confirmation delivery. So
yeah. Whoever opens it up, that's for you. You know, and right now, these different heathen nations are feeling the wrath, and you know, Jake feeling it too. You know, but the Lord get on these heathen lately. You know, these different heathen countries, and we're going to continue to see it just get worse and worse. That's why I say woe unto, you know, Babylon, Asia. You know, and that's again code for America and this whole beast system. You know, which is really Babylon. Go ahead.
Hey, because Lebanon, you know, you know, according to the ancient maps, it wasn't part of Israel. You know, when King David and King Solomon, but really all of that Middle East, that fertile crescent, ours, man. So they got to get it.
Yeah. Anybody there?
Ours got to get it, but you know, more specifically in that region, you know.
Oh yeah, all three of y'all gotta get it. Yeah. You know, hey, that's the Lord's land, though. You know.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. You got it. You got it, brother.
You got some more on there?
No, I'll stop it there.
All right. Go ahead, Art. You got something? Malachi? Oh,
What?
okay. You had some.
All right, we'll go ahead.
Go ahead. All right, we'll bring out that Zechariah chapter 14,
Yep.
verse 12. It says, "And this shall be the plague wherewith Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth." It says, "And it shall come to pass in that day that a great tumult from Yahweh shall be among them, and they shall lay hold every one on the hand of his neighbor, and his hand shall rise up against the hand of his neighbor." Okay.
Hey, read up where you started from. Read up a verse.
Verse 11. It says, "And men shall dwell in it, and there shall be no more utter destruction, but Jerusalem
Okay,
shall."
never mind. So never mind. I thought it was a different time. But go ahead, keep reading though.
All right, this verse 12. "And this shall be the plague wherewith Yahweh will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth."
Pretty much what is that? Heavenly Father is getting ready to make that the brother brought out in the second Ezra. The English manifest. This is the etymology of the word manifest. This is what you're clearly getting ready to see. All right, the prophecies that we see in the vision, according to how the second chapter says, the vision that is set for the appointed time and things. Well, what we're getting ready to see, you actually getting ready to physically feel. That's a physical fire that you have to go through because you're going through spiritual fire. Where no man want to dwell. You're going to have to physically go through that fire because you didn't accept the fear of Yahweh Bashmi al-Shah. This is the word manifest in the etymology. All right, and it says late 1400, clearly revealed to the eye or the understanding. So it's going to be clearly revealed to every eye, man. This is why the Heavenly Father is going to ultimately destroy you, man. All right, so-called enemy Esau Edom. That's why the scriptures say, "Wait ye upon me till I rise up against the prey." How do we know the Heavenly Father is rising up against the prey? Because all the nations are against this devil, man. Prophecy is being fulfilled. Then he elect. The scripture say, "Gather my saints, who have made a covenant with me by sacrifice." They've gathered the house of David being resurrected. All right, the tabernacle of David that is fallen. Okay, and according to Ezekiel, the 37th chapter, okay, we're coming back into that power. We're after the valley of dry bones. So this, and when the nation's seen us coming to this strength, this power of Yahweh Bashmi al-Shai, what the scripture in Revelation 11 chapter, they were so afraid. They were scared, man. All right, so all these things are made clear to you, man. All right, so the Heavenly Father is getting ready to show you the triumphant of the right hand side. It says, clearly revealed to the eye or the understanding, open to the view or comprehension. From old French, manifest, evident, palpable. So from Elder Apostle Great Millstone on down, Elder Apostle Paul on down, let's get ready to be shown that we are evident. All right, the truth. All right, the scriptures is fulfilled. All right, through us. All right, because the Yahweh Shai is speaking through his men. So it's going to be evident, going to be shown that the mysteries we're talking about, the destruction of Babylon and Great America, it's evident because you're going to actually see it because it's manifested. It's clearly revealed unto you, man. All right.
Okay. So we'll close out on.
That's all.
What's up?
So that's it. So we have.
We'll close out on this. This is Second Ezra's chapter 15, verse 27. I started 26. For the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction. For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them, for the Most High shall not deliver you, because ye have sinned against him. So that's a closing statement. If you don't want to get right, you're going to remain on the earth as all these plagues come to pass. All right, you getting your damn tongue burned out your mouth, eyes burned in your sockets. All right, the destruction is coming upon you because you choose to sin against the Lord. So the Lord is going to deliver you to death and destruction. Point blank, period. So, as Yahweh said unto his disciples, go ye and preach the kingdom of heaven is at hand. And Yahweh said, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. So it's time for our people to get right or die. And Lord's willing, this was edifying and exhorting. We want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone. And salutation and much love to Yakim out there pushing out this word, truth, sincerity. Shalom.